A and B, you have to find the angle included between A and B with O, it is the instrument station. Okay, so you are finding angle AOB. So what is the procedure or principle of the repetition method? You are finding the angle between A and B, three or four or five like that. Number of times it will be repeated. Okay, so by this repetition, you will be trying to eliminate the error. Okay, so what were you dealing in the last class? The repetition method. First, we are setting the point A. At that point, the initial angle should be at 0 degree, and then direct the telescope towards the point B. So when you are directing the telescope towards the point B, what is the angle between A and B? No, I think you are already remembering what are the two horizontal verniers A and B. Two verniers are there on your telescope. Okay, so when we are sighting to the point A, what is the angle from A when you're sighting to the point A to when you're sighting to the point B? What is the angle difference? It will be noted in your two verniers, two horizontal verniers A and B. Okay, so where are the two verniers located? On your horizontal plate. There are two plates, horizontal plate as well as your vertical plate. Already you have studied your instrument of the theodolite. Okay, so now, when you are sighting to the point B, whatever be the angular readings you are finding from the two verniers A and B, that will be the angle between A and B, the two points A and B. Okay. So what is the angle at the point A? You are setting as 0. Then you are rotating the telescope to the point B and noting the vernier readings. And what is the angle on the two verniers? You are taking the mean of the two verniers so as to make the angle error free. Okay, so at this point you will be getting what is the angle between A and B single time. It will be the angle AOB itself. Okay, and now what's the next step you are going to in the repetition method? You will be losing the upper clamp or lower clamp. Anybody? Yes, you have to change the angle or you should not change the angle. What is your concept that you can keep in mind? No need of actually by hearting. So only thing, whatever be the angular reading at the point B, that should be the same when you are again rotating to the point A. Is it? So that means the telescope should be turned by means of your lower screw. Okay, lower screw and lower tangential screw. So by means of that, you will be rotating the telescope and you are again sighting to the point A. So now we have reached again, we have completed one whole rotation, 360-degree rotation has been completed. But again, whatever be the angle reading that you are noting on the vernier, that will be same as whatever be the vernier reading that were at the point when we are sighting to the point B. Okay. And now, what we're doing that? After that, you are giving the second rotation, that is turn the telescope clockwise again. So within the at this time, I had to remind of your two faces. What are the two faces? Face right and face left. Okay. So for the face right, you are giving anti-clockwise rotation, and for the face left, what you are giving? Okay. Face left, you will be giving clockwise rotation. Okay. So keep in mind that for both faces, you have to repeat the same problem. And now, so how, what is the instant where we are again sighting to the point A. So whatever be the angular reading, it is the same as when we are sighting the point B. And now, next you are moving your which clamping screw, upper clamping screw or lower clamping screw. You have already written your procedures now. Written? Yes, number 3, Krishna. Number 3, Krishna.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your procedures are completed in your record.
Yes.
Have you gone down the procedure up to the last class?
Last class in the കുറച്ചും കൂടി time തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട് submit ചെയ്യാൻ.
What about the previous class? The introduction, study of the
Submit ചെയ്തു.
instrument. Okay. So at least you had heard the classes and you should be remembering that. Okay. Okay. So now in the second rotation, what you're doing? Okay. So again, rotate the telescope so as to reach the point B again. So now we will be getting with the angular reading at the point B. That will be angle AOB twice. Okay. So twice of whatever be the angle AOB. That will be read in your verniers A or B. So there are two verniers A and B, and there are two object points A and B. So don't get confused. And again, we are giving one more rotation so that the angle will be at least given 3 repetitions. That's our procedure. And what is the average of the 3 values? That will be your angle AOB. Again, the same will be repeated for the other face also. So that means totally 6 values will be there. So take the average of the each of the faces will be giving in each face what is the average angle, and mean of that will be the actual angle. Okay, so that's the repetition method. The angles will be repeated. And the second method, there is the retraction method. I have already mentioned in my class. There is a retraction method. So what is the difference between repetition method and retraction method? So repetition means the angles will be repeated, while retraction method will be closing to the initial point, will be closing the horizon. So just go to this picture. So what are you seeing in this here picture? This is your station point O, and there are 4 points given: point A, point B, point C, and point D is there. Okay, so usually we'll be starting from point A itself. Okay, we'll be starting in the alphabetic order itself. So A will be the first object to which we'll be sighting. Then we'll be turning to the point B. Then next point will be C, then D, and finally again we'll have to return to the starting point A. Okay. Well, this was not done in your repetition method, so as to repeat the angle only, we'll are repeating. Only retraction method, we will be starting from the point A. So starting from the point A means actually what should be the angle at the point A? At the point A, your A vernier as well as the B vernier should be 0 or 360 degree. Okay. So that you're already making. First of all, you'll be rotating your telescope clockwise and anti-clockwise by losing your upper clamp and upper tangent screw. Okay. So when you're rotating your upper clamp or upper plate, what is it doing? The angle on the horizontal plate will be changing. So our intention here is to make the angular reading 0 degree. Okay. So when you reach 0 degree for your A vernier, you can tight using your upper plate. Okay, so now when it is fixed your upper plate or when it is fixed your upper tangent screw and the upper clamping screw, further you should not move. You should be able to change the angle only while you are measuring the angle. Okay, so first what you're doing, you are making the angular reading 0. Vernier reading it is made 0 after setting up the instrument, and then direct the telescope towards the point A. Okay, so the instrument is at O and you are turning so as to sight the object. What is the object here? It will be the ranging rod only. So sight the ranging rod at the point A, and now the angular reading should be 0 degree. Okay. So what is the procedure up to this? Already we have made the angular reading 0 using your upper clamp and upper tangent screw. and rotate the telescope again by means of your lower clamp or lower tangent screw. You'll be rotating so as to sight the point A. Okay. So after explaining this procedure, I'll be showing your video. Then after that, again, we'll be sighting to the point B. Okay. So now, whatever be the angle should be angle between A on AOB, whatever be the angle between A and B should be shown on your verniers A and B. So for that, what we should do, we will be rotating your upper plate and upper tangent screw. Okay. So at this instant, whatever be the verniers you have got, the vernier readings you have got on vernier A and vernier B, that will be the angle included between the points A and B. Okay. And now, again, we'll be rotating so as to sight the next point C. So again, what should be the clamping screw used? It should be your upper clamp or upper tangent screw only, because your angular reading should be changing. It will be along with the rotation, it should be changing. So corresponding to each of the sides after sighting to B, okay, after sighting to B, next again we'll be continuing the rotation to sight the point C, then again sight the point D. Okay, so which are the clamping screws? It's the upper screws only. Okay, and finally you will be closing to the point, initial point A by sighting to your first point A, ranging rod at the point A. Finally, you should close. And now I have to get an answer from you. When you are sighting, okay, Manisha number 7. Manisha number 7.
Hello, Miss.
Okay, so finally, when you are sighting to the point A again, okay, yeah, yes, unmute your mic, Manisha.
Huh?
Finally, after sighting all the points, you are closing to the point A. What should be the angle on the vernier A? Did you get the question? You have started from the point A, rotated the telescope, sighted the point B, then the point C, then next the point D. Manisha, are you hearing?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. And finally, you are reaching again the point A. So what should be the angle from 0 to up to this?
360.
360 degrees. So tell fast. What is the problem for this? It should be 360 degree. Okay, thank you, Manisha. It should be now, it should be 360 degree. Okay. But if there is some error for your instrument, in such a case, it may not be 360 degree. It may be some minutes less or it may be greater. So that error should be distributed to each of these angles. That is a peculiarity. That's a principle for the reiteration method. Okay, so what's the difference between reiteration method and repetition method? In the reiteration method, we are closing to the initial point so as to just verify if your horizontal angle has got 360 degree. And if it is not getting 360 degree, that means what you're doing is that whatever be the error by which it is not getting closed, that will be distributed equally to each of these angles. So in this case, how many angles are there? AOB, BOC, COD, DOA. 4 angles are there. Okay. So for example, if I am taking your error you got from your value finally when you are starting to the point A, it is 40 minutes. I'm telling. Okay, the error by which it is not getting closed, it is 40 minutes. It may be 359 degree, 20 minutes. So what is the error? 40 minutes. So that 40 divided by how many angles to be we can distribute here? It is 4. 40 minutes by 4, it is 10 minutes. So we'll have to add this 10 minutes to each of these 4 of the angles. Okay. So that will be the corrected angle. Okay, I think you have got what is the difference between repetition and reiteration method. Okay, so next we can go to our problem. Okay, so just note down this problem. You have to find out the horizontal distance between 2 points P and Q which are inaccessible. In the last class, it was accessible and you are using repetition method. Okay. So what do you mean by inaccessible? So consider a case here. Some river or pond or sea like that. Some obstruction is there. Here this is the station of the observer and you have to find out the distance between 2 points P and Q. So I think you're seeing the 2 points. Okay. So can you see here, because of this obstruction, you are not able to measure the distance from the observer to P or from the observer to Q. Okay. Do you remember the last problem? The repetition method, you have taken only single station point. You have taken only single instrument station. Theodolite station was only one station. But here, because of the obstruction, you'll have to use two instrument stations. Okay, so that's why I written here P and Q are inaccessible from 2 points A and B. Okay, so for the observers, two station points are required, A and B. Okay, so that are shown here. This is obstruction. This is the distance P and Q you have to measure, distance between P and Q, the two inaccessible points. And two station points A and B you have to select on your side. Okay, so these are the two theodolite stations. And now, just imagine. So one thing we have to remind here is that AB, the direction of AB should be taken such that AB and PQ are approximately parallel to each other. Approximate. It should not be so accurate. It should be approximately parallel to your line PQ. Okay, AB approximately parallel to PQ. In this picture, it is some difference is there. That approximately parallel is told only because the angle between each of the points, those angles should not be too acute or should not be too obtuse. Okay, so can you see the angles measured here at the station point? When you're sighting to the point P and then to Q, the angle included be theta 1. And then again, we are sighting from P to B. Okay, so can you getting? Are you getting? So first of all, we are selecting the station at the point A only. Okay, while at the point B, we are placing a ranging rod. Okay, so now the instrument, it is at point A only. Placing the instrument at the point A, we are sighting to the point P. So what should be the angular value on the vernier A or B? It should be 0 only. When you're starting from a particular point, we are making that angular reading 0 first of all. Okay, so from A sighting to the point B, your value on the vernier A or B should be 0 degree. And now direct the telescope towards the point P. Direct the telescope towards the point P, towards the point Q, sorry. So from P to Q, we are directing the telescope. So what will be the angle included? Theta 1, you will have to measure here. And here again, you have to use the two faces, left face and right face. Okay. So your two swings are left face, right swing, and right face, left swing. So first of all, you are completing the full swing, left face, full swing. You can first of all complete. Okay. So from to P to Q, it is completed. You will be measuring the angle. Then again, from Q to B. What is your B? B, it is your second theodolite station. Already you have fixed it by means of a ranging rod. And when you are sighting to the point B, okay, so now your telescope direction, it is towards the point B. Whatever be the angle read on the vernier, that will be the full angle. Is it? Angle from P to B. Sighting from P to Q, again to B. What will be the total angle? It is theta 1 plus theta 2. Total angle will be getting. And already you know what is this angle. From this you can deduce what is theta 2. Total angle minus this angle theta 1, that will be got as angle QAB. This angle theta 2, you can minus that. And now, according to your reiteration method, you have to follow your reiteration method. So reiteration method means what you have to do here, sighting to the point B, you'll have to close the horizon, again sight to the point P. Okay. So how many angles are there? How many angles are there in this picture? Sighting from the instrument station A, PAQ, QAB, and BAP. It is a exterior angle. Although this angle is very much large, third angle is very much large, you can distribute that angle accordingly. That is already all three angles are there. If there is error, you will be just taking the average divided by 3. That will be your error to be distributed to each of your angles. Okay. So I think all of you are following. So whatever we have done now, we have placed the instrument at the station point A, place the theodolite at the station point A. After doing all the temporary adjustments, that is setting up, leveling, and focusing the eyepiece. So I think I no need of repeating all that, the temporary adjustments. We will be sighting, first of all, to the initial most point P with the A vernier at 0 degree. Then, so now you can assume your phase it is left phase. Assume your phase it is left phase. So left phase means it is your vertical circle to the left. Okay. So you're sighting to the point Q again. You are noting the vernier readings A and B. Then sight the next point B. Note the vernier readings A and B. And again, finally, no other points are remaining either than your final point, that is your initial point B. P. Just sight to the point P again. And now note what is the angle. Okay. So this is your first phase completed. Again, you have to repeat with the other phase. Again, you'll be getting the corresponding angles. Okay. So let me continue with this, with the complete procedure, what we are doing here. And after that, I can share the video to you. Okay. So from the instrument station at A, whatever be the observations, we have cited using your both faces, left face and right faces. Shift the instrument to the point B. Okay. Take the instrument from A, shift to the point B, and whatever about the point A, there should be placed a ranging rod. Okay. You can place a ranging rod at the point A, and now at the point B, there is a theodolite. It's a theodolite station. And now you have to again measure what is the angle between. Okay, so can you see these angles I have marked here? You see instrument station B, this angle theta 3 and this angle theta 4. You have to measure whatever be these angles. So once you have to measure this angle means how you have to start with? You have to first of all sight to the point A. Okay, first sight will be given to the point A, where already to the point A we have fixed a ranging rod. We'll be sighting to ranging rod at the point A. So now what will be the angular reading? It should be 0. Your vernier reading should be 0. When you are starting from a particular object, your vernier reading should be made 0 first of all. And then direct the telescope to the next point. Okay, we can turn towards the clockwise direction only, and that means it should be face should be left face, right swing. Okay, you are turning the telescope clockwise, sight to the point P exactly. Okay, so what should be the screws that you will be using now? It is the upper screw or your lower screw. Anyone? When you are sighting to the point P, from A to the point P, we have sighted. So you have to lose your upper clamping screw or your lower clamping screw. Anybody? Number 16. Number 16. Muhammad Musamil. You don't know your numbers? Number 16. Video on ആക്കി വെച്ച് പോയിരിക്കണം അവരൊക്കെ വീഡിയോ അല്ല ഗൂഗിൾ മീറ്റിൽ കയറിയിട്ട്
Hello.
Okay. Number 16, where are you?
Hello.
പറഞ്ഞോളൂ.
Um,
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Have you heard your question? Have you heard your question,
Yes.
Muhammad? Hello, പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നാ മതി. What's your answer?
Lower clamp.
ലോവർ ക്ലാമ്പ് ലൂസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം നമുക്ക് ആംഗിൾ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യോ ചെയ്യില്ലേ? ലോവർ ക്ലാമ്പ് വെച്ചിട്ടാണെങ്കിൽ
ആംഗിൾ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യും.
ലോവർ ക്ലാമ്പ് ലൂസ് ചെയ്താൽ ആംഗിൾ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യും എന്നാണോ ചെയ്യില്ല എന്നാണോ? ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ ഐ ഹാവ് ടു ഗെറ്റ് ദാറ്റ് ആൻസർ.
ലൂസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് വലിയ ഹയർ ക്ലാമ്പ് അല്ലേ?
ഓക്കെ, ഞാൻ ടാൻജന്റ് സ്ക്രൂ ആണോ മെയിൻ ക്ലാമ്പ് ആണോ ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. അപ്പർ ക്ലാമ്പ് ആണോ ലോവർ ക്ലാമ്പ് ആണോ ലൂസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്?
അപ്പർ ക്ലാമ്പ്.
സെറ്റിംഗ് ടു ദ പോയിന്റ് അപ്പർ ക്ലാമ്പ്. പിന്നെ എന്താ ലോവർ ക്ലാമ്പ് എന്ന് പറയാൻ കാരണം? അപ്പർ ക്ലാമ്പ് ലൂസ് ചെയ്യണ്ടേ അല്ലേ?
ലോവർ ക്ലാമ്പ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ചെയ്യൂലെന്ന് ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്.
എടോ, പോയിന്റ് പിയിലേക്ക് സൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഏത് ക്ലാമ്പാണ് ലൂസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? ഞാൻ അതല്ലേ ചോദിച്ചേ. അപ്പർ ക്ലാമ്പ് അല്ലേ?
അപ്പർ ക്ലാമ്പ് ലൂസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്.
So now you will be getting angle. Go to your picture. You will be getting which angle?
Angle
Theta 3 ആണോ?
ABP.
ABP. AB. Okay, theta 3. Okay. So mute your mic. So when you are starting to the point P, now you have got whatever be the angle on your verniers A and B. From that you can deduce what is theta 3. Ini, what is the next step? We'll have to continue the rotation side to the next point Q. Okay. So again, you have to use your upper clamp only, because whatever be the angle change, you will have to note down here. Okay. So from P to Q, again changing, it's done by means of your upper clamping screws. And side to the point Q, note the again vernier readings. Finally, you'll be closing to the horizon. Closing to which point? Your initial point was A. So finally, you'll be closing to the point A only. Okay, so now you got your thing. So what was the procedure? Setting up the instrument at the point B. Your leftmost point A. Leftmost point at A will be sighted with a vernier at 0. So that you are using by means of your losing your which clamp? It's by upper clamp only. And then you'll have to direct towards the point A by means of your lower clamp. Okay, so once you're sighted exactly on the point A, now your angular reading should be 0 degree. Then again, side the next point Q, note the vernier readings. Finally, close to the point A. And now, if your reading is 360 degree, that means there is no error. And if it is not 360 degree, that means there is some error. You will have to distribute that. Okay. And now, this is one face only. For time being, we have taken with which face? We are rotating to the right clockwise direction. It is left face. Left face, right swing. Okay. So what do you mean by left face? How we are making that left face? Anybody? Anybody ചോദിച്ചാൽ ആർക്കും ആൻസർ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. I have to pinpoint anybody. അല്ലേ? Okay, Sharvin, number 44. 44 ആരാ? Sharvin അല്ല. 43 Sharvin. 43, Sherwin.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Left face means how you are making the left face? Left face or right face changing എങ്ങനെയാ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? It's by
ആ റൗണ്ട് വെർട്ടിക്കൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള വെർനിയർ നമ്മുടെ
circle.
ഫേസിന്റെ ലെഫ്റ്റ് വരുമ്പോ
Okay. If the vertical circle is to the left of the observer, it is left face. And if it is to the right of the observer, it is the right face. Okay, thank you.
റൈറ്റ് ഫേസ്.
Mute your mic. And now, if it is the left face, you are making to the right face by transiting the theodolite. As Deepak sir has given in your last class presentation, here explained that by transiting the theodolite, we can convert that to left face or right face. Okay, so I think it's already clear. And now I to just want you all to take down a Excel sheet. Okay, just take your pen, paper and pencil. Copy down this table. Copy down this table fast. So it's not the last table as we have given a last class table. Here some correction is required. You can see first column it is saying it is instrument at. Second column it is site 2. Then left face right swing and this is right face left swing. Okay. Are you seeing the table? Yes, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think the values are all, it's clear. So you can see A vernier readings, degree, minute, second. B vernier, minute, second. So in the A vernier, always you'll be noting down the degrees, while in the B vernier, there will not be a degree column. You have to note down only the minute and second. Okay. And you have to take what is the minute and second on A and B. That's the mean coming in the mean of minute and second. So this is the angular values will be noting down here. Then from this we'll be getting what is the horizontal angle between 2 points. Okay, while here we'll be getting the total angle only from 0 up to that point. What is the total angle we'll be getting here? From that you'll have to get what is the horizontal angle and then what is the corrected horizontal angle. The same it is repeated to right face, left swing, right face, left swing. And here also degree minute second, B minute second, mean degree minute second, horizontal angle degree minute second, corrected horizontal angle degree minute second. So you are getting in the left face there is a horizontal corrected value, corrected horizontal angle, these values. The same value, similar values will be got in the right face also. Some values will be there. You have to take the mean of these two values to get the average horizontal angle to be written here. Okay, so the horizontal angle mean it is here angle between 2 points to which you are sighting with your instrument station. And you provide a column for a rough sketch also. Actually, this sketch should have drawn here itself. Okay, when you're writing your rough record or fair record in your rough sketch itself, you can draw this picture here itself. Because if you are entering this picture here, a table will be deformated. That's why I not handed here. Okay. So from the rough sketch that is drawn here, it should be clear with whatever be the problem on which we are dealing here. Is it complete? I think. And now, same Tanyana, I will enter the values. What was the picture? Do you remember here? It was the instrument station at A, then station at B. So from the station A, first of all, we are sighting to the point P, at which whatever be the angular reading, it is 0. On the first side, the angle should be 0. So that I have written here. From A, sighting to P, you are making the degree minute second value 0, 0, 0. A and B verniers, it is 0. Then Next, from P, we'll have to sight to the next point Q. Sighting to the point Q, whatever be the vernier readings written here. So can you see here, I have marked the value 77 degree, 40 minute, 20 second. Just note down these values also. So similarly, sighting to the point B, the corresponding values. B means it's your instrument station only. Then finally, you are sighting to the point P again. Okay, can you see this picture? Okay, so from A, keeping your cure light at the point A, sighting to the point P, then next to the point P, Q, from P to Q you are turned, then again sighting to the point B, whatever be the vernier readings you are noted here, what is the angular reading it is 113.20, 0. And the B vernier reading is 21.20. Then again finally you'll have to close the horizon and your initial point was point P. So to that point we'll be again closing. That's why I written here closing to the point P. So here we can see whatever be the angle it is not 360 degree, it is 359 degree, 40 minutes, 20 second. And the B vernier it is 40 minute, 40 second. Okay. Okay. So just calculate the values. Find fast. Whatever be the mean values to be entered here. Just write down. Here initial value it is 0, 0, 0 only. Okay, what will be the mean of the values citing to the point Q? 77, 40, 20. Here it is 40, 40. What will be the mean value here?
77, 40, 30.
40, 30. Okay. Similarly, citing the point B, what is the mean value? 113 degree. Tell fast.
113, 20.5, 10.
20.5 എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. Convert it to minutes or seconds. 0.5 means it is 60 minutes
30
by
seconds.
2. Okay, 30 second. So what is the complete degree minute second? 113 degree. How much minute?
20 minutes.
20 minute. And how much second?
40.
40. Others, can you identify? Because here it is 21. 21 minute means it is, we can split as 20 minute plus 1 minute. 1 minute you can carry over to seconds, so that is 60 second. So 60 plus 20 you will be getting 80 second. Take the divided by 2, you will be getting 40 second. Okay. Similarly, you can get here also what is the mean value. Okay. So similar values we have got from citing to B also. Just note down those values, because this will be your problem on which you will have to write the procedure. Okay, before that, I had just, okay, just take down this value, so it will be better. Okay, so can you identify from the station A, we are sighted to P, Q, B, close the horizon. That was with face left. Similarly, repeat that for the face right. The corresponding values are written here. Copy down that. So the values are 0, 0, 0, 77, 20, 0, 40, 0. These are the values you are just reading from your verniers. And after that, you can go to the calculations. So after sighting from the point A, now you are changing the instrument, shifting the instrument to the point B. And here the corresponding values are entered here from B to the point A. We are sighting from B to the point A, then to P, then to Q, like that. Same order we'll have to maintain here also. So sighting to the point A, whatever be the initial value, vernier reading should be 0, 0 only. So then we can see 0 values. Corresponding P values, sighting to P, the angular values are written here, then Q and A. So that is with left face. The same similar value it is got from the right face here. Just enter that values. Is it complete?
മിസ് എന്റെ എയിൽ വെച്ചിട്ട് എയിലെ ഇൻസ്ട്രുമെന്റ് വെച്ചിട്ട് റൈറ്റ് ഫേസ് ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഫിംഗ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുതരുമോ?
എയിലെ ഇൻസ്ട്രുമെന്റ് വെച്ചിട്ട് റൈറ്റ് ഫേസ് ലെഫ്റ്റ് സ്വിങ് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. ഓക്കെ, ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ഐ ആം നോട്ട് ഇൻക്ലൂഡഡ് in the explanation. Similar procedure ആണ്. If you want, I will explain that also. You want that?
വെറുതെ ഒന്ന് ഫാസ്റ്റ് ആയി പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി, മൂവ്മെന്റ് ഒന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി.
Okay. So I think it will be better to take the PPT itself. So already we have set the instrument. I'm starting from the initial. Okay, I'm repeating your problem. Starting from your point A, your theodolite it is at the point A, sighting to the point P, whatever be the angular reading should be 0. Now we can take the left face right swing, sighted to the point P means it will be in the clockwise direction. Then next point B is taken and finally close the horizon. So now what was the swing? It was left face right swing. That was why we are taken in the clockwise direction. Then change the telescope to the right face. So invert the telescope by means of your transiting. So in that phase, initially you will be taking your angle 0 itself and direct to the point P. You are starting from P itself. Okay. Then turn the telescope. What is the swing here? Right face, left swing. That means it will be anti-clockwise direction you will have to go. Okay. So when you are swinging in this direction, you will be first of all meeting the point B, then sight the point Q, and then finally close the point P. Okay. So now initially it was sighting to point P. The earlier reading was 0 degree only. Then sighting to the point B. What will be the exterior angle through which we have gone this telescope? P, A, B, but your angle on your vernier you'll be getting as this angle, included angle. If at all, you will have to check that. Okay, for your instrument, whatever be the instrument you have got with your with you, it is giving this angle or this angle. You have to verify that. Okay. So in the demonstration that is given from the college, they are telling that you will have to derive this angle. You will be getting this angle. That means you will have to 360 minus. Okay, minus this from the exterior angle. You will be getting the interior angle. Okay, so whatever be that, whatever be the reading you got from here, that will be the angle between P to B. Okay, and then next, after sighting to the B, next you have to sight Q. So for that, you'll have to deduce what will be the angle PAQ. Similarly, finally, you'll have to close the point P. And also just verify you are getting 360 degree. If it is not, you'll have to close the, distribute the error. Okay, is it got? So only thing, whatever the difference between the right face and left face, in the left face it is more simpler, while in the in the left face, because it is the clockwise direction, it is more simple. While in the right face, it is going in the anti-clockwise direction, but if your angle included, it is the exterior angle, you will have to minus that angle. Then only you will be getting the included angle between. Okay. So in that case, first of all, we'll be sighting to the point B. We'll be getting the angle up to the point B. From the P to the point B will be got first of all. Similarly, sighting to the point Q, we'll be getting the angle from P to B. Okay. So that is, you'll be going in the reverse direction. That's all. So take these values. First was left face, sighting to the point P. Then next you will be going to Q, the next you'll be going to P, the next point P is sighted. In the right face, actually you are starting from this point, it should be 360 degree or 0 like that. Okay, So actually, whatever be the angle, that is because only thing to remove the confusion, I have entered here a similar value at the both faces. That's all. So sighting to the point P actually should be 360 degree. Then sighting to the B, you'll be getting an angle equivalent to 113. It should be entered here. Then sighting to the point Q, you'll be getting a similar value as that in the other face. 17 here, 77, you'll be getting a value. Okay. So you'll be writing in the reverse direction. Okay. And finally, your error will be got in this value. If it is not 0, it may be 0 minutes like the 0 zones, so much minutes or like that you will be getting. Okay, so similarly, whatever we are doing in the left face, it's correspondingly done in the right face also. Then shifting the instrument, you are repeating the same procedure so as to get whatever be the angles between, that is theta 3 and theta 4. So can you see these angles? Okay, whatever be the angles that you have entered, you have to find out the mean value here. Okay, so from this, just imagine whatever be the angle you are getting. I have computed these values here. Can you see? The main values, whatever you have calculated here, that is written here. And what will be the angle between P and Q from the point A? That will be the same. But when sighting to the point B, sighting to the point B, that is from P to B, whatever be the angle you have got, it is the total angle. 113 degree, it is total angle. So you have to deduce what is the angle between Q and B. That is written here, QAB. QAB. How you are getting that? Just minusing, subtracting this value from this value. Okay. So you can just verify you are getting this value on itself. Okay. So likewise, you'll have to get each horizontal angles, whatever be the angle between Q and B. Similarly, B and P. Okay. So separately, I have obtained the horizontal angle in between each of the points. Okay. That is the horizontal angle. So what is the difference between the mean column and the horizontal column? In the mean, you'll be getting whatever be the vernier readings. The two verniers are the A vernier and B vernier. The mean is taken. But this values in the mean column, it will be given the complete up to that point. What is the total? Can you understand that? When you are sighting to the point P, we have started from 0 here, 0 to this point. The total angle it is 113 degree. Minus that 77, we'll be getting what will be the angle included between. Okay, so just before point, just adjacent point, it is Q. Whatever be the angle included between Q and B, it will be deduced in the column of horizontal angle. Similarly, 359 minus 113, that will be horizontal angle here. Okay, is it clear? What will be the values written here? Is it clear? Anybody? Swati? Is it clear? Alle? Clear alle? Anybody please respond.
Yes, Miss, clear.
So similarly, we'll be deducing for each phase and for each setup. Okay, from in this column, I have obtained the corresponding horizontal angles for the station point B also. While for the horizontal angle for the right column, for the right phase, I have not completed. We'll have to complete that. Okay. And your time is raging. Your video, it's not shared to you. So is it clear? So just copy down these values. You can verify, is it same you are getting here also, and the calculation. So similarly, you complete this also, horizontal angle. And now, how you are distributing these angles? Whatever be the error. For example, on the first setup, you have got the final angle, completing the whole horizon, you have got 359 degree, 40 minute, 30 second. So what is the angle of error? Just minus the 360 degree minus 359 degree 40 minute 30 second. What is the value?
19 degree 30 second.
13 second. That is written here. 19 degree 30 second. It is a total error. So how many angles are there to which we can distribute here? It is 3 only. So that is 19 minute 30 second divided by 3. That will be the angle through which we will have to distribute. So what is that value? Just calculate and tell. 19 minute 30 second. What is that? We'll be getting 6 minute. How much seconds are there? Anybody please calculate and tell first.
6 minute 30 second.
30 second ആണ് വരുന്നത് 60
40.
ഇവിടെ 60 ആണ് റിമൈനിങ് വരുന്നത് അപ്പൊ 60 പ്ലസ് 30 100 35ന്റെ അടുത്ത് നമ്മൾ വരാറുണ്ട് അല്ലേ 40 കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ഇല്ല 40 ഉണ്ടോ 30 ആണോ അപ്പൊ ഇവിടെ 10 ഉണ്ട് here it is 60 by 3 means it is 20 30 second അല്ലേ ആണോ 6 minute 30
6 മിനിറ്റ് വരും അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് അപ്പൊ 1 മിനിറ്റ് ബാക്കി 1 മിനിറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 60 സെക്കൻഡ് 60 സെക്കൻഡ് പ്ലസ് 30 സെക്കൻഡ് 90 സെക്കൻഡ് 90 സെക്കൻഡ് ഡിവൈഡ് ബൈ 3 30 സെക്കൻഡ്
30 seconds. So your answer is
6 minutes 30 seconds.
okay. So 6 minute 30 second. It is the angle through which you will have to correct. So അത് എവിടെ എഴുതേണ്ടത് ഇവിടെ ഇത് കൂട്ടി എഴുതണം കേട്ടോ 6 minute just minute second എനിക്ക് എഴുതാനായിട്ട് ആവുന്നില്ല okay. Okay, 6 minute 30 second. It is the angle to be distributed to each of these horizontal angles. So what will be the corrected horizontal angle here? Here it is 77, 40, 30 plus you'll have to add here 6 minute and 30 second. So what is the corrected angle here? 77 degree,
47.
Okay, 46 minute and 60 second. So 60 second you can convert to minutes itself. So it is 77 degree, 47 minutes is the horizontal angle PAQ. Okay. Similarly, you can add to this value so that you'll be getting QBP. You can write here. Okay. To this value, you'll be adding just 6 minute, 10 second, 30 second. Similarly, here also, this actually you don't want as a calculation. So this will be the value of theta 1. Is it? This will be theta 1. PAQ. It is theta 1 as per your notation. Do you remember this picture? Here this is theta 1, PAQ. And QAB, it is theta 2. So this value will be theta 1. That is got in the corrected horizontal angle. Similarly, this angle will be corresponding, it will be theta 2. That is got from the corrected horizontal angle. But one thing is remaining. This is from your one of the face, left face only. Corresponding angles are got in the right face also. Okay. So I think your time is over now. No? This problem is not still complete. Within 1 hour, it's very difficult to complete this problem. You do one thing. Can you wait for 10 minutes? Because you are having tomorrow exam, no, that's why problem. No. Yes? Can you wait from 10 minutes so that I can complete this calculation? I think I can continue this. Okay. So you'll be getting the corrected horizontal angle from the left face here as theta 1. Similarly, you're getting a corrected horizontal angle from the right face. So whatever be the corrected horizontal angle from the left face and right face, take the average of that. You will be writing here. Whatever be the angle I have written here, it's not correct. Actually, the error has not been distributed. Okay. I think it is clear. Whatever be the angles you are getting as the corrected horizontal angles from both faces, take the average of that. That will be the average horizontal angle to be written here. Okay. In each row, you'll have to complete that just by you are entering whatever be the readings got from your vernier readings, take the mean. So you'll be getting two mean sets are there. Okay. So this means that from that you are deducing whatever be the horizontal angle between the adjacent 2 points. These are the horizontal angles that you have got. The next, if any corrections, that correction you are identifying by means of whatever be the angle to which you are getting closed. For example, sighting to the point P, if it is 360 degree, that means there is no correction that is required. But here it is not 360 degree, it is 359, 40, 20. That or the average it is 359, 40, 30. Okay, so some correction it is required. That correction that will have to be adjusted to this. You will be entering whatever the corrected horizontal angles in each rows. For the other rows also, for the other face also, you'll be getting a corresponding corrected horizontal angle. Take the average, whatever the average corresponding to P to Q. That is this angle. Similar value it is there in the corrected horizontal angle P to Q. Take the average of these two values on the both faces that will be entered here. Okay. Similarly, corresponding to B, whatever be the angle. Corresponding to B means it is the angle between B and Q. So there are two values you are getting from each rows, two faces. Corresponding there will be horizontal angle average. So this will be your actual value of theta 1 and theta 2. Okay. Whatever be you are getting from here, just deduce what is the angle. That will be your theta 1. And here, this average, that will be your theta 2. Okay, is it clear? Similarly, sighting to the point B, theta 3, whatever your value getting here, sighting to the point P, what will be this angle? Theta? Anybody? Tell fast. It is angle between A and P, means ABP. Look to the picture, ABP. What is this angle? Do you remember? It is not marked here. ABP. What is this? Theta 3. Okay. So this is theta 3. Okay. This is theta 3 and this is theta 4. Okay. So do one thing, you complete this up to the calculation because still half hour I required for the completing the demonstrations, all that. Because your time is limited for only 1 hour, you complete this table up to whatever be the tables given as the calculation. Okay. For your next Tuesday's class, complete up to this, the full table, corrected horizontal angle. Similarly, what is the average horizontal angle? Up to that we'll be getting. And I could not share the video, whatever we got from the lab, because I had to just give you what is the difference between the horizontal repetition method and horizontal reiteration method, first of all. So now I think you got an idea why we use here reiteration method. Where we are using reiteration method, where there are many horizontal angles to be obtained. There are many points between which you have to find the horizontal angle. In such a case, we'll be using the reiteration method. And if only 2 points between which you have to find the horizontal angle, we'll be using the repetition method. So both methods you can use only to distribute the error. To eliminate the error, we are using the 2 methods. Or else you can just find out, just directing to the point A, what is the angle, just directing to the point Q, what is the angle. But if there is some error, that can be distributed by means of applying the different methods of repetition or reiteration. That's all. Okay. Okay. So all of you completed this table. Values you have noted down. Is it complete? So for the next class, I should get the values of theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 and theta 4. Okay. So another thing, one more thing I just missed to tell that from A to B, you are measuring the distance by means of the tape. Okay, you'll have to measure the distance A to B by means of the tape. And after getting this four values, theta 1, theta 2, I have shown in this slide, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4, as well as distance AB is known. And what is your problem? You'll have to find out the horizontal distance P to Q. So using these three triangles, first of all, this triangle PAB, can you find the distance PB or BP? That's written here. Consider triangle PAB. Okay, you know whatever be the angles in between, and this angle is also known, and you know what is the distance. So that means you know two angles and one distance. So can you know what is the distance BP? You can use your sine rule. No? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. Any confusions though? Anybody please respond? Sri Lakshmi, number 50.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get what I said? Okay. And now, so now you know what is the distance PB. Similarly, you consider the next triangle, that is QAB. That's written here. Triangle QAB. Here also you know what is this angle, what is this angle, and the distance it is known. You are measuring. So from which you can get what is BQ. Okay, you are finding the distance BQ. So now consider the third triangle PQB. Okay, third triangle PQB. Whatever the angles you know, this angle you already know. What is the distance BP that you are calculating? Whatever the distance BQ that you have calculated in the last two triangles. From the third triangle, you can deduce what is the distance PQ. Okay, so that's the usual procedure. So for the next class, you complete up to this table so that we can complete the full demonstration on the next class. Okay, so that I can share the videos again. Videos are not shared. The full 1 hour is not required for completing of this full problem because two stations are there. Okay, and again, if anybody is having any confusion in this problem, I can repeat for your next class. Okay, so whatever about your attendance, 109 or the 108 or the 2 or 3 are remaining. It's not ended here. Okay, so for time being, you can leave from the class. We can wind up here. Okay.